What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2011 movie Puss in Boots. So this is kind of an origin story for the character of Puss in Boots from the Shrek franchise, and shows like what he was doing and stuff and everything before he meets Shrek and Donkey and the events of Shrek 2. And kind of shows like how he became an outlaw and all that. And he's living in this little town, and he's living at an orphanage where he meets Humpty Dumpty and Egg, who he forms a friendship with, and they become like brothers and stuff. And as they get older, Humpty Dumpty tricks him into robbing a bank, and it turns him into an outlaw, and he stops having anything to do with Humpty Dumpty. And as the movie goes on and stuff, they get reunited and stuff along, and he meets Kitty Softpaws, who is working with Humpty Dumpty, and they're wanting to steal some magic beans to get this beanstalk, and so they can go and steal some golden eggs and take it back to their hometown and stuff and redeem themselves and everything. At first, Puss doesn't want to join them and stuff because he doesn't want anything to do with Humpty, because he doesn't trust him, and he ends up giving in and going with him so that he can clear his name and make his mother proud and stuff. And then after they do it, they get off the beanstalk and stuff, and they cut it down and get back to the town. And that's when Puss finds out that Humpty Dumpty was just trying to get revenge on him for leaving him behind when they got caught the first time, when he robbed the bank and stuff. Even though Puss was upset and stuff clearly about the whole thing with the bank robbing and stuff, there was no reason at all for Puss to be made to feel bad about it, but they still made him feel bad for leaving him and stuff. And that's one of the integral parts of the story and everything. And they find out that the goose that they stole from the castle is the baby goose, and the mama goose is on its way to the town to try to get the baby back. And it's like pretty much this gigantic Godzilla type goose walking around destroying the town, and they have to get the baby back to the goose in time and save the town. And that's pretty much the story of Puss in Boots. This movie is alright. It has its fun moments and stuff, and it has a decent backstory for Puss in Boots. Like, I like his backstory, but I don't really love this movie very much. It just is okay. I've only seen this one twice, and my second time was just watching it right before I did this video. The last time I saw it was when it was in the theaters and stuff, and I've had it on DVD for years and just haven't got around to rewatching it till tonight. And I don't know why I haven't rewatched it, and then I watched it tonight and I was like, yeah, that's why. It's just really, really mediocre. And there are some good things about it, like the voice cast is great. Antonio Banderas is really good as Puss once again, and then Salma Hayek plays Kitty Softpaws. She's really good, and Zach Galifianakis as Humpty Dumpty is pretty good casting. And then Amy Sedaris and Billy Bob Thornton do the voice of Jack and Jill, who are kind of the villains of the movie that are working with Humpty Dumpty, but you don't know they are until the third act. And they're decent characters. They're kind of dumb hillbilly characters, but they're all right. And So yeah, all the voices are pretty good in this movie and everything. But this is one of those movies where I never really wanted a Puss in Boots spinoff anyway. I liked Puss in Boots in the Shrek movies, but having him be the main character in his own movie, it was never something I really wanted. I know some people did, because people love Puss in Boots for some reason and stuff, but I never really loved him in the Shrek movies. I thought he was fine in them. He was really good in Shrek 2, and I really kind of did like him in 4. I thought he was pretty funny in that one, but he was never one of my favorite characters anyway, so this was one of those movies I just never really wanted. I'd seen it once, because I'm trying to see all of the DreamWorks movies when they come out and stuff, and plus, since it is technically part of the Shrek franchise, I had to see it for that reason too, and it's okay. And the writing is just kind of weird. Like, the first act of the movie is really, really slow, and then you get to the second act, which goes by pretty good, and then the third act feels really, really rushed and stuff. Like the whole thing where Humpty Dumpty is double crossing him and stuff, which you kind of expect anyway. It's kind of a cliched thing to happen in this movie. Like, we've seen it happen in many other movies before and everything. And then, of course, he gets a little bit of a redemption at the end that it doesn't feel earned and everything, because there was never a reason for Puss to really fully trust Humpty Dumpty and everything. And Humpty Dumpty really didn't really have a reason to be mad at Puss in Boots for running away, because Humpty Dumpty is the one that robbed the bank and stuff and tricked him into helping him when he didn't know he was helping him. So I didn't really like the stuff with Humpty Dumpty. I think he was a pretty terrible written character and everything. And I think bringing Chris Miller back to direct this movie after doing Shrek the Third was a really bad idea. And you would have thought that the backlash that Shrek the Third got, they would have found somebody better to direct this movie, but I think that really is one of the reasons why a lot of people don't talk about this one either. It's just really forgettable. I remember when it came out, it did decent in the box office and got good reviews from critics, and then it just kind of got forgotten and everything, and it's just because of how forgettable it is. I will say, though, that Henry Jackman's score is really good. It has that fun adventure feel to it and everything, so they did do a good job on that. And it does have its fun moments, like when they're going up the beanstalk and going into the castle, and their voices are really high-pitched because of the air pressure, and then they get back in the building and their voices are normal, and they're having to find their way around the castle, get the goose, and escape and everything. I thought that was kind of fun and everything. And the suspense in there is kind of cool, because you don't see the mother goose until the third act of the movie, and they build the suspense up really well, which, to be honest, I didn't even remember what was in there, what kind of monster or anything it was. So but they built the suspense on it really well, and it kind of felt like it was paying homage to Jurassic Park in that way, kind of like with the T-Rex, and the way the goose moves and stuff, it kind of reminded me of the T-Rex in Jurassic Park. I don't know if they did that intentionally or not, but I thought that was a kind of cool thing about it and everything. I like they don't overdo it with the cuteness on Puss in Boots. Like they could have overdone it with the cuteness, like, because one of the popular gags and stuff in the Shrek movies with him is him doing the thing with his eyes, and they only do it a few times in this movie, which I think works really well. Really, the only time that they kind of really do the cuteness overload is when he's a baby, when they show him as a baby and stuff, but it works and stuff because he's a baby. He's supposed to be cute in those scenes, and it doesn't overstay its welcome or anything, so it didn't get to where it was absolutely annoying. Like some stuff, they try to push the cuteness and it makes it annoying. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. This one, it worked. They didn't overdo it or anything like I was afraid they were going to and everything. But I think Puss in Boots is an okay movie. I'd watch it every once in a blue moon, but it's not one that I find myself wanting to revisit again anytime soon. I might watch it again next year because I know there's a sequel coming out, and I'm somewhat interested in seeing what they do with it. I'm hoping that maybe they'll get Shrek and Donkey in it, and everything, and Puss in Boots 2, which is supposed to be out in September of next year. But I am kind of looking forward to it and stuff. I might revisit it then, but I probably not going to be revisiting this one very often. Usually when I watch the Shrek franchise, I probably won't be watching this one as much and everything. So I'd say I'd give Puss in Boots a 7 out of 10. I think it's an okay movie, but it's not a super great movie. It's just kind of meh. It's really mediocre and everything. But let me know in the comments what you think of Puss in Boots, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.